Hi class, let's talk about the lab, day of week class. That's what you are going to implement. So in the first part of the lab, you would define a class called day of week, which represent a day in the week. It's going to have to be an abstract data type, which has three requirements. If you don't remember, I will remind you now. They are that you all the member variables are private, all the helper functions are private. The only exposed public functions are those that you want classes or program outside of your class that you allow them to use are public. So, and also the public functions, you want to also have comments, or you need to make sure that programmers or users of your class would know how to use those functions by providing instructions or comments. Your class will have only one member variable, which is an integer representing a day in the week. So 1 for Monday, 2 for Tuesday. So by 7 is Sunday already. It will require 3 constructors. So I said include at least the following member functions. So you can have more if you want to. Just at least this 6. So 3 of them are constructors. The first constructor will accept 3 letters and then initiate the private member properly, right? So if you receive MON for Monday, you would then set your private member variable, which is only one, right, to 1, right? Because it's Monday. Mondays represent by 1 in this project. A constructor that set the day using an integer as an argument. So if 1 comes in, then you set that to 1, but knowing that will represent Monday. Default constructor has no parameters, as you saw already. 3 other functions for the member functions. Input function, it will read 3 letters from a input stream that you accept as a parameter in the member function. We've done that when we do the print car, for example, in our car class implementation. And then there's an output function that outputs the day as an integer and will accept an output string. So the third one is one that will return the next day as an object of day of week. So before project B, you want to make sure that all the member functions are properly functioning before you move on to project B. Much easier to debug one function at a time than when it's all a mess. It's very difficult to find out where the problem came from. In project B, which is an extension of project A, you would write a program that based on the class that we just defined, day of week, and then accept a 3-letter input from the user, and using basically the member function number 4, and then output the current date number following by the next 6 days. So using the member function number 5 to output it. As you can see, right, followed by the next 6 days, so you probably would be using member function number 6 as well, and that's why those the constructors and that 3 functions 4, 5, 6 are the required ones. So the requirement of the project would like you to follow the ADT, the abstract data type guideline, and then also in a way this is contained in the first requirement. You have to comment well well, not exactly, because in the following ADT guideline, you only need to document for the interface part, but to comment well the whole program, the implementation part, you want to comment it well as well. So for the demo, this is just the first two lines are just the prompt for the user. So the input is actually WD Wednesday, and as you can see, it accepts a lowercase as well. And so this is the day 3 of the week. Wednesday is represented by 3, right? And then you will print out 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and 2. If I want to make it complicated, I could have say, okay, this is day 3, and then it's followed by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. But I'm not going to make it so difficult for you. So this is pretty, I think, not as complicated. The one thing that you will want to pay attention is to how to switch from 7 to 1. I will give you a tips that I was using the MOD operation, MOD, or I mean it's like the ampersand, right? The remainder, to kind of make it happen. Let me look at if I can give you some other tips. So in my implementation, I basically so I actually use a string class to handle this part, and then I look at the letters, right? Because there are some duplications. So for example, Tuesday and Thursday both starts with a T. So after I check the first letter, then I check the second letter. Or Sunday and Saturday, you have to differentiate them. But that's really all to differentiate the assignment of Monday to 1, Tuesday to 2, Wednesday to 3, right? For the second instructor, it's very straightforward. It's just an integer, which the member variable is also an integer, so nothing really here. The default constructor, it doesn't accept any parameter. So let's think about if by default, what will you set the number to, right? I would say I would just set it to a negative number or 0, because you don't really know what day it is, and so you want to have an indication that, hey, I actually don't have data at this point. And so setting to 1 to 7 doesn't really make sense. Just so that's my opinion. As for the input function, maybe I should show you again. In here we have the print location, right? So this is an output function which accepts a output stream and then do the magic use through the output stream. So no matter if we are printing to CL or if we are printing to a output file, it will use the same function. And so that's the requirement for this homework. I also want to show you, this is what I do. If I were you, I would copy the requirement for the homework, and then I would just put it in my class definition. And then remember we have to have a semicolon. And then I would probably just copy and paste. Well, there's a variable, so let's say it's day, right? I'm basically giving you a solution. So all these are going to be topic. And so I will probably go like one by one and implement them all. Like I would start with the comments. I always start with the comments, actually, if possible. So you might want to not only just start this way. You might want to clean up how you write the basically comments for all these functions, so that when you write your functions, you are clearer what you are trying to accomplish, and write each member function, the declaration, and the implementation. Basically you have to be clear in your head what you are trying to accomplish, right? So I think that's it for my tips for you. So look forward to see your project, your program.